Good afternoon, science enthusiasts. This is your school on the air. I am Ms. Loida Buslay, your teacher for today's session. I do hope that you are at your best condition and are eager to listen to what I will be discussing in air. In today's session, we'll focus on two of our important body systems, the respiratory and circulatory systems. After this session, you are expected to master the desired learning competency and achieve the following learning objectives. 1. Identify the parts of the human respiratory system and each part's function. 2. Describe how the movement of the diaphragm helps the air go in and out of the lungs. 3. Identify the major parts of the human circulatory system and each part's function. 4. Relate your heartbeat with the type of activities done. 5. Explain the mechanism on how the respiratory and circulatory systems work together to transport nutrients, gas, and other molecules to and from the different parts of the body. So learners, parents, and other learning facilitators, are you ready? Before we start, may I request the parents or guardians to make sure that your child or ward is in a comfortable and conducive place to learn and listen. Make sure that you have with you modules 1 and 2. Please monitor and guide your child or ward as they listen. On page 8 of your module presents the functional zones of the human respiratory system. These are the conducting and respiratory zones. The conducting zone consists of passageways or channels for air to move in and out of the lungs. It consists of the nose, where air enters and exits the body. Consists of the nose, where air enters and exits the body. Inside the nose are the cilia, which are the tiny hairs that initially purify air by trapping dusts and dirt. Next is the pharynx, which is a common passageway of food and air. It is followed by the larynx, or also called as the voice box or Adam's apple, where sound is also produced. Then, the cartilaginous trachea, which channels air towards the left and the right bronchi. These bronchi further subdivide into smaller tubes called bronchioles. The respiratory zone allows gas exchange. This process happens in the alveoli, which are sac-like structures wherein oxygen enters and gaseous waste product known as carbon dioxide is released. So in short, air enters the nose, then passes through the pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, and bronchioles, and then it reaches the alveoli. But why do we need to take in air? Well, we need oxygen for our body to harness or get energy from the nutrients absorbed by the digestive system from the food we eat. What happens when we inhale or exhale? Inhale, the diaphragm muscle contracts and it moves down and expands the chest cavity. Simultaneously, the ribs move up and increase the size of the chest cavity. There is now more space and less air pressure inside the lung. Air pushes in from the outside where there is higher air pressure. It pushes into the lungs where there is lower air pressure. When we breathe out or exhale, the diaphragm muscle relaxes. The diaphragm and ribs return to their original place. The chest cavity returns to its original size. There is now less space and greater air pressure inside the lungs. It pushes the air outside where there is lower air pressure. This alternate contraction and relaxation of the diaphragm and the movement of the chest then results to changes in air pressure in and outside the body. Thus, air enters and exits the lungs. So, that's it for Module 1. More concepts will be learned as we move on to Module 2. In the What Is It section, which is found on page 5, the three major parts of the human circulatory system is presented. These are the heart, which pumps blood, the blood vessels, which carries blood, and the blood, which carries materials such as oxygen throughout the body. Our heart is a four-chambered, muscular, double-pump organ. The septum separates it into left and right sides. It has valves too, which prevents backflow of blood. A more detailed structure of the human heart is found on page 6. There are three types of blood vessels. These are the arteries, which carry oxygenated blood away from the heart, the veins, which carry the oxygenated blood towards the heart, and the capillaries, the smallest blood vessels, which carries oxygen and nutrients to body tissues. The blood is made up of cell types. These are the red blood cells, which mainly function for oxygen transport, the white blood cells for body's defense, and the platelets, which function for blood clotting mechanism. Blood circulation can be pulmonary, coronary, or systemic. Coronary circulation moves blood through the tissues of the heart and lungs. Systemic circulation moves blood from the heart to the rest of the body, excluding the lungs. Meanwhile, pulmonary circulation involves the movement of blood from the heart to the lungs, then back to the heart. Have you noticed your heartbeat after you did a lot of work or activities? Well, our heart beats faster when we do strenuous activity. This can be proven after you do activity 3 in the What's More section. So, how can we now describe how the circulatory system and respiratory system work together? After going through modules 1 and 2, we can now say that the respiratory system is responsible in taking in oxygen and the circulatory system transported throughout the body. This only shows that the body system cannot work alone. It needs the help of other body systems. In here, we can learn how the value of cooperation and unity lead to a functional and a healthy community. So as you go through the other parts of your modules, work together with your parents or guardians, contact your teachers for some queries and clarifications, and stay away from distractions. By doing this, you can answer all the items in the post-assessment correctly. And if that happens, congratulations for an excellent work. However, if you fail to do so, you can still review the lesson presentations and activities provided in your module. So this ends our first session on air. Thank you for listening well. Goodbye and stay safe. Enjoy learning.